Okay, now let's talk about using the minor pentatonic scale solo. Now we're going to talk to begin with about the E position, because you have, I'll show you in a minute here, you have a little bit of extra flexibility in the E position that makes it easier to get started with this. Now, what we're looking for these solos is the concept that I call mini boxes. Now you've heard the pentatonic scales and the various positions, the various positional shapes referred to as boxes. You have the box in the one position, box in the two position. So within those boxes, we're going to further visualize mini boxes that will help us remember how to do resolving notes to match the chords as they progress through the song. Now, these mini boxes are not actually in the shape of boxes. We're just using the concept of boxes as a familiar term that we're already acquainted with. The boxes in this case are actually going to be in the shape of little right triangles. Okay, so let's take a look at that. Okay, so let's take a close look at these right triangle shaped mini boxes in the E minor pentatonic. Now we'll start by considering the F minor pentatonic. Now, what happens when we slide that back a half step to the E position is that our index finger now coincides with the nut of the guitar. So that actually frees up the index finger. So that we could actually play the first position of the scale using our other finger. Okay, and then for position 2, okay, so now the mini boxes, we're going to find them wherever we find E, A, and B notes. That's where we're going to be looking for a mini box. So we have at the open 6th string, we have an E note. The open 5th string is an A note. The second fret of the 5th string is going to be a B note. Okay, so you see the shape of the triangle here. You have the open note, and the triangle. You can envision a little triangle there. Okay, and then we have another one here. This is the 4th string, 2nd fret is an E note. And then we have the A note on the 3rd string, 2nd fret. And then we have a B note on the 3rd string, 4th fret. So here's the triangle. Okay, and then we have another up here. We have an E note on the 2nd string, 5th fret. And we have an A note on the 1st string, 5th fret. Now here you have a couple of options. You can either go to the B note in the 3rd position of minor pentatonic, or, and probably more appropriate for the blues style, is you can actually bend this A note up to a B. Okay? Okay, so what you want to do is work on integrating these ideas of these mini triangular shaped boxes into your solos, as you're, for instance, soloing over the backing track for E minor pentatonic. You're going to move through these little triangles as the chords progress, depending on which chord you're going into. So when you go, of course, as we discussed, as you go into the 4 chord, which will be A, and you'll hear when it's going to change to A. At the moment that chord changes to A, you need to be landing on an A note in your mini box. Okay, and then when it goes to B, you're going to be landing on a B note. So make sure as you're moving between these mini boxes that you're paying attention to what's going on in the progression that you're playing over, so that your resolving notes match the chord changes in the progression. Okay, so if you are playing if you are using this concept correctly, what should happen is that you should be able to hear the chord changes also in your solo. So for instance, if we're going to play Briefly, I'm just going to speed this up a little bit, but if we were playing on 1-4-5, when you're playing along, when it goes into an E note, you're going to resolve on an E note. And when it goes into an A, okay, you're going to go to that A note. Now you can hear the movement between E and A, and then you're going to go back to, typically in this type of song, you'll go back to E, then you're going to go to B, and back to A. Okay, so your solo is also going to carry the sense of movement that the chord progression carries. Okay, so make sure your resolve notes in your solo follow the chord progression in that way. Now, you're going to have to practice this until you have these little mini boxes not only memorized, but to the point that you do them basically by instinct without even having to think about it. And that will free up your hands and your mind to focus on what you're going to do between the mini boxes as you move around. And you add, some bending and some sliding, and next thing you know, you got a pretty good blues phrasing repertoire going there. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about application here. We're going to use the mini box triangles to resolve over this E, A, and B blues progression. Starting with the E chord, it's coming up here, right here. We're going to hit an E in conjunction with the track. Okay, so that's how you resolve on the E note at the time that the chord progression resolves on the E. And next we're going to have an A coming up, and we're going to resolve on an A note at the time that the track changes to A. Coming up right here. Okay, we're just going to go back to E, and we're going to follow it back down to E. Okay, now it's headed towards B, and we're going to follow up to B. Back down to A. Back down to E. Okay. Now we start over. Let's start over on the high. Of course, in this gap you would fill in with your riffs. We're just doing this as an exercise. So just to keep it simple, I'm just going to stick to the resolving notes like this A. There's your E. Next one is B, and I'm going to, in this case, bend up to the B. Back to A. Okay, so work on incorporating these concepts into your phrasing, and get back to me if you have any questions.